Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free of the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40 midfield. 40 30 to the coast. 20 15. Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. Now, if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Listen, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Go to that page as well. Like that page. And not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya as well. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real. All right, listen, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the bell that's right next to it, the little bell. Okay, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. You get it? Got it? Good. All right, peep this. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, yay. Wait, if you didn't know we had a mobile app? Come on now, stop playing around. Listen. So it doesn't matter where you get them from, wherever you get your apps from, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, wherever you get them from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it. You take us with you on a go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence, Council the Third. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. Man, Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Come on, man, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a big favor. Do us a solid. Gotcha? Got me? Yeah? Do me a favor. Yeah? Download Sports Zone Chicago's tile. All right, put it right there next to Netflix. Put it right there next to Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars, Showtime. Put it right there next to all of them. All right? Be nice and simple. And listen, if you have more than one Roku device, Roku TV in the house, do us a favor. Download all of them. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to all of those TVs that you have in the house, even if it's the kids, the one in the kids' room where they're not going to watch it, but just please do us that one favor. Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me, personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. You want to know what I did? Here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at The Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at The Sports Chica. And if you want to follow her on Instagram, because you're an IG and you do it just for the gram, well, just follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we have a phenomenal show, but we need you to get interactive today. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that particular platform. It'll come up here in the thread. Okay, and then we'll put it on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And guess what? That is what makes this the best Chicago sports talk show around is you. All right, your question, bring it all. Your questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, and nobody's scared over here. You know, like The Rock always says, baby, don't sing it, bring it. All right, just put them down there. We'll talk about it. And it's going to be one hell of a show today because I'm fired up. Let's see who we got in the chat so far. Cornelius Squalls in the Mickey Ficky house early again. What up? Who else? Mashawn Walls in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning. Papa, nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Levette Lee in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Mama. Thank you for tuning in. Brian Hendren in the house. What up, Papa? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. He's in the house. Junior, what's up, Papa? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. You see everybody else saying what's up, being cordial in the chat, saying hello to and welcoming everybody. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will be checking in as the show goes on. That, my friends, I can tell you. Hey, we have a phenomenal show for you. Listen, at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, Damani Pugh, he's a.k.a. Lucky Luciano, one of the SmokeFellas, and they're on every 11 a.m. to 1 right here on Sports Zone Chicago. Damani Pugh, Lucky, they call him. He's coming on at 10 o'clock. We got Bears Talk. Bears Talk today with Lucky Luciano. Man. Is there a controversy? Or are people just trying to make one? I think people are just trying to make one. We're going to talk a lot of Bears. We have more to talk than just Bears today. So at 10 o'clock, Lucky Luciano, my man Lucky Lefty, a Pugh from the SmokeFellas is going to join me. But before that, we have World Series to talk. We have Bulls to talk. We have Blackhawks to talk. We got a lot of shit to talk. So like our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson used to say, well, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Because we're gonna have some fun. The next 2 hours gonna be some fun. Oh, we got a new comment. Haha, my man Luis Mejia. What up, Luis? Rise and grind, Papa. Said good bleeping Friday morning. Junior. Mondo is on his way to New York. Whoa, what's he doing? What's he doing in New York? Or why is he going to New York? Interesting. Okay. Mondo's on his way. Yeah, let me know what he's going to New York for. That'd be dope. That's dope that he's heading out that way. Well, he ain't my uncle. I don't know what that means. Anyway, and I got some great news for you. Guys, peep this. Phenomenal news. Should I tell it to you now or should I hold it? Let me see. I think I'll hold it for a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold it a little bit. I have a man, I'm telling you, it's I got some good stuff. This weekend's going to be dope. It's going to be ay puto tu madre. It's going to be a busy weekend for your boy. A busy weekend, and you know what? I'm ready. I am ready. And I can't wait to tell you the good news. It blew my mind. I was extremely ecstatic for the opportunity. And, man, it's going to be, man, wait till I tell you. You're like, what is it? What is it? Wait till I tell you. It's dope. It is dope. Oh, Junior, you said our uncle. You said Uncle Hawk Harrelson. That's right. He's not yours. He's not your uncle. No way. I agree, Luis. You could say ass. We're good. I agree with you, bro. I agree. It's gonna be a little tougher challenge this week, but you know what? I think that we're sitting pretty. Okay, I think we're sitting pretty. Just with the comfort level, with the familiarity, and there's just a lot less craziness going around. It's his first start. It's going to be a little nuts, and I understand it. Hopefully, all that slowed down for him now, and hopefully, we're able to push the ball down the field a little more. Another one of my Mustangs, my man, Harold Warner. What's up, Harold? Saying read it for life. You know it, baby. You know it. Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. Also, Roschon Johnson has been cleared off of our front. He's passed concussion protocol. So that's going to be interesting to see how they use Deontay Foreman, Darrington Evans, and Roschon Johnson. Does Roschon Johnson get the start? I'd say no. Sorry, homie, you coming off. First of all, what our boy did last week, no, he gets to start. Deontay Foreman. Darrington Evans, now there could be an issue. Roschon Johnson might be second in that rotation. I think that Darrington Evans warranted and earned that last week. And Roschon Johnson, get in where you fit in. And it means you better run hard. You better, and not that he doesn't, just saying that's what he's going to have to do, continue to do in order to get more carries. But I digress. Guys, let's get it started. Guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Whew. Let's see the first top of the morning topic. Let's get it. Where are we going to go? Which way do we go? Uh-oh, I thought I did it. Yes. The Bulls. The Bulls host the Toronto Raptors at the United Center tonight. Woo, Charlie, at the UC tonight. Tip-off is 7 o'clock. You can watch that on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. And you can catch that on 670 AM, their flagship station. The Bulls are looking to get on the board, get in the win column for the first time this year. They're 0-1 after an embarrassing loss on Wednesday. It was flat out and out embarrassing to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And let me tell you, it was a game where I don't think they could have won. But to get blown out by 20 at home, that was embarrassing. It was so bad that they had a team meeting. Did a team meeting after the game, game one. Billy was about to come in, and they said, stay out. They told Billy to stay out. I think they're good. They aired their grievances. What is it, Festivus? Is it Festivus season? They aired their grievances. But apparently they said it, that those things needed to be said. Those things needed to be heard. They shot a lot more threes than they usually did. I think they shot 43 threes in the game. Only made 12 of them. But the offense was still stagnant often. I think what they're trying to get used to is, yes, they want to shoot more threes, but you can't shoot more threes just to shoot more threes. You have to shoot more threes in the flow of the offense. And DeMar, stop shooting threes. Stop. Just stop. DeMar DeRozan, stop shooting threes. You do a lot of things very, very well, DeMar. Shooting threes is not one of them. All right, just lay off it, Papa. Lay off it. Let Zach, let Io, let Kobe, let not Vooch. Toy Craig. Let those guys shoot threes. You drive to the hole. You hit the foul line extended jumper, the mid range, hit the midi game, work that midi game all game long. But stop it. Stop it. Brandon Shuts in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Papa. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Cornelius, it's no shame losing to the Thunder because they're going to be a problem. SGA was the best player. No, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't think they were going to win, but to get embarrassed, there's a difference between losing and getting embarrassed. You know, and even Zach came out afterwards said he didn't feel that they had heart. Game 1? You've worked all off season for this. You've waited all off season for this. You saw who you had week 1 or game 1. You saw that, and you couldn't get up for the game. Yeah, SGA was no joke, man. He is a problem. He is a big problem for people. So the Bulls try to right the ship, get in the win column against the Toronto Raptors tonight at the UC. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be a busy boy this week. We'll talk about that in a morning second. Next top, the morning topic. The Blackhawks, they travel to Sin City to play the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. Puck drop is 5 p.m. That game is on NBC Sports Chicago. All right. Or you can listen to it on the radio side on their flagship at 7:20 a.m. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks Connor needs to take more shots. You know, there was a goal allowed that was disallowed the other day, which really pissed me off. You know, and if it's offsides, I get it, but then don't let the play carry into the zone and let the puck be passed 3 or 4 times. Have a shot attempt, a goal scored, and then you're like, oh, let me look at it again. No, stop it, blow the whistle immediately, and review it, because that could have changed the game. I'm not saying it would have. It could have. That momentum that they had could have been stunted by that horrible call. And the call itself wasn't horrible. I mean, we're talking inches. You know, people say it's a game of inches. Football's a game of inches. Baseball's a game of inches. Hockey was a game of inches. Literally. His skate just crossed over. I forgot who it was. Athanasiou, maybe. Just crossed over the blue line, and the puck was crossing the blue line. It had like this much to go. He was in the zone, and the puck hadn't completely gotten in the zone yet. So it was technically an offside. It's a good call, but don't wait 15, 20 seconds to make that call. Don't do that. That's bothersome. Yeah. Junior, I hear you. First game of the season, you should be higher than high adrenaline wise. Yeah, of course you should be. You should be fired up. And you're right, Brian. At home to boot. Come on, man. You're not on the road. And Cornelius, yes, when you get teams that are tall and long, they're going to give you problems. They're going to give you problems. Give you problems. Well, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do this weekend. You want to know what I'll be doing? I'll tell you. This is cool. I'll be doing something tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's a busy day for your boy. Tomorrow is a busy see. Here we go. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Tomorrow, your boy, the SuperBack. I'll be doing color commentary for the Carthage and Carroll football game up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I'll be doing color commentary. Peter Ferrari will be doing the play-by-play. Another St. Rita man. And he reached out to me with the opportunity and said, hey, would you like to do color commentary for the game on Saturday? I said, does a bear shit in the woods? Some bear shit in the woods? Of course. And needless to say, I'm fired up. I haven't done a football game back since I was in broadcast school back in 2014. I did an indoor game. But he said, hey, he goes, you're one of the, he goes, I know you know a lot about football and you can talk it. So cool. So they sent me, it was cool. They sent me the two deeps. By two deeps, I mean the roster, and each position is two deep. So the starter and backup for the quarterback, running back, offensive line, D lines, DBs, linebackers. So I got to get to know the names of the players. I'm going to do some research, do some homework on them today. So who was like all conference, who was first team, maybe any All-Americans, just D3. So if you want to check it out, it's going to be on their YouTube channel. It's going to be on their YouTube channel tomorrow. So needless to say, yes, I am fired up about it. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to talk football live on the air. Okay. I love it. I'm excited about it. I can't even tell you how excited I am about this opportunity. Again, big shout out and a big thank you to Peter Ferrari, from St. Rita man, but also from Illinois Center of Broadcasting when we went. It's Illinois Media School now, for thinking of me. And I told him, I said, man, I really appreciate it. Just big thank you for that, for the opportunity. And I'm looking forward to it tomorrow, talking football, analyzing football live. So if you get a chance, check out the game, Carthage versus Carroll, tomorrow on YouTube, on Carthage Football's YouTube channel. All right. It's 1:00. I'll probably need to figure that out. That would be a good thing to know. What time the game is. It's probably a good thing to know. But yeah, I'm excited, man. It is. It's a great opportunity. And again, I am really, really, really grateful. Here we go. What time is it? Let me know what time it is. 1 Central, 1:00. So 1:00 game tomorrow. That's cool. That's really, really dope. So I'm going to shave all this off. It's on YouTube. The Carthage Football YouTube channel. Junior, don't call me the day before the game. I remember. We all had our little idiosyncrasies. All right. Junior could never call him the day before a game. Never. He just would pick up like, nah, he's, you know how he is. Thanks, Luis. I appreciate it, Papa. Brian, thank you. Brandon, thank you very much. Harold, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm excited. Like I said, it is the YouTube channel for Carthage College. What is it? Do you want me, when you come on? Yeah, reach out to me, Brandon. We'll talk. I'll be more than happy to come on. But yeah, so that's going to be so fun, man. I'm really, really fired up about it. That's so dope. That is so dope. The World Series starts tonight. Game 1. It's tonight in Arlington. First pitch is 7:03. That game is on Fox. I didn't put. Oh, come on, silly. That game is on Fox, or you can listen to it on AM 1000. All right. For the Diamondbacks, they have Gallen going up against Eovaldi for the Rangers. And I don't really like this format. I know they did it with basketball, the NBA Finals for a long time. The 2-3-2 format, I hate it. And I get it. I understand it. It's the flying back and forth for 5, 6, and 7 if necessary. But you know what? Bump that. You know, the visiting team, I personally like the 2-2-1-1-1. And it's Arizona, and I know you don't know who's playing in the World Series, but Arizona and Texas, the travel's not that crazy. But the format has been made prior to the teams getting to the World Series, so you never really, really know. But still, man, I just... So what the home team has to do, they have to split one, or split the games on the road, and then win all 3 at home. That's tough. That's really tough. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying you can't go on the road and win 2 games. Hell, the Cubs did it in 16. They won their last game at home, game 5 and game 6, 7 in Cleveland. They got it for the title, ending their 108-year drought. Which reminds me. Yesterday, baby. Yesterday was the 18th anniversary of the White Sox winning the 2005 World Series, sweeping the Houston Astros down in Houston. And you hear it all the time on the intro. But let's listen to how it plays out. The whole thing.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmeiro over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series. Juan Uribe with a play, charging it, throwing it, and the White Sox celebrate their first title in 88 years. And for this team that for so long has been considered the second team in the second city, no more. The Chicago White Sox are world champions.
No mas. And Ozzie Guillen is a world champion manager at 41 years old.
And they will be celebrating in the streets of Caracas.
I'll tell you what, I remember exactly where I was. I was at Xavier's bar on 45th and Western, getting ready to sell the t-shirts. As soon as he hit that, I ripped open my jersey. I had the shirt on. And 2 days later, which would be tomorrow, I sold 300 shirts at the rally. How dope that was. That was dope. It's time we get another one. There's seniors in high school who never saw the White Sox win a World Series. We got to change that. Hey, listen, let's take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we got a couple more topics to talk before we welcome our guests at 10 o'clock, Damani Pugh from the SmokeFellas. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
Or use some of their tight ends in those matchups.
Here's the play fake. Hoyer over the middle, deflected and intercepted right into the hands of Tremaine Edmonds.
Down.
Agent the give to Foreman. Foreman plowing into the end zone for a Chicago touchdown.
Right there's your big block. Lucas Patrick back in at center.
They're down in 7. Bagent on the run. Throws on the sideline. The catch made by DJ Moore. First and 15, toss away from Crosby and room to run for Deontay Foreman, who goes airborne, and Marcus Epps.
Back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Fox. Those are the Bears last week at Soldier Field on the lakefront with a 30-12 victory over the Raiders of Las Vegas. I'm excited. I'm excited. Speaking of that, the Bears, they travel to LA to face the Chargers on Sunday. Kickoff is 7:20. They are the Sunday night game. Only game on the docket at that particular point. Sunday night kickoff is 7:20 on NBC. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of different scenarios. Okay, I mean, probably the best way to say it. But if you keep the game plan the same, I think they have a good shot to win. I think Tyson Bagent, I think you extend his leash a little longer this time in this game. I think you give him a little more, because we didn't win because of Tyson Bagent. We won with him, not because of him. And I think that's what people that with this controversy that they're talking about, he didn't win the game. All right, Justin Fields wins games for you. Okay. But I think, and there's no disrespect to Tyson Bagent. I think Tyson Bagent, And I'm telling you, you're going to hear that. You're going to hear it first. Here's what I see or hope. Here's what I see, and I hope it comes true. Okay. The Bears keep Justin Fields. He comes back and he's going to go ham. Maybe still get 3,000 yards. Okay. You're going to keep Tyson Bagent as your backup. So now you have a 1-2 backup that you're extremely comfortable with. I think you fire Flus after 2 years, which is this year. You fire Flus, and then what's going on in Michigan, I think it's the perfect time to exit stage left for Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh says, deuces, I'm out. My guy, J.J. McCarthy, he's leaving and go to the NFL anyway. So I'm out. He's been hounding J.J. McCarthy since he was in 6th grade. One of my former teammates is J.J. McCarthy's personal quarterback coach. But I digress. I see Jim Harbaugh, Chicago, and the biggest thing that I had is like, okay, if they bring in a new coach, what scheme do they run? Because we have a lot of 4-3 personnel. I think in Washington, they let go of Ron Rivera. And Chico comes home as a D coordinator. Harbaugh and Rivera, two former Bears come to restore the Bears back to prominence. Not relevance, prominence. Jim Harbaugh's already coached a quarterback like Justin Fields, and that was Colin Kaepernick. And Justin Fields is a much better passer. And Colin Kaepernick was a good passer. Not great, good. But Justin Fields is a much better passer, definitely a better runner. And Colin Kaepernick was a good runner. So he has familiarity with this type of quarterback. You got to understand, when you get quarterbacks like this, you cannot put them in old, antiquated systems and expect them to do what other people have done in those old, antiquated systems. He's not an old, antiquated quarterback. He's the new breed. He's part of the new breed. And you have to coach him as such. Look what they did in Baltimore. They went and took his playbook from Louisville to make him more comfortable. You have to coach these guys different. That means you, as an offensive coordinator, has to change. But if it's Jim Harbaugh, he doesn't have to change. This is what Jim Harbaugh does. And I'll tell you what, if Jim Harbaugh comes here the first time he has an offensive lineman reported in as eligible and have him in motion and wham block, I am going to jump and act like a giddy little girl. Because he does that. He had Trent. That wasn't Trent. It was him there. But he would have offensive linemen in for lead blocks, reporting as tight ends. You heard it here first. Oh, and then what they're going to do, as I said, they're keeping Justin Fields, and they're going to get a haul for that number 1 overall pick, the Carolina Panthers pick that we have. Going to get a haul. That would be so, Luis, hell yeah, that'd be dope. Like I said, 2 Bears taking us back to prominence. Come on now. Yes, it is a dream coaching staff. Chico and Harbaugh, come on, man. Why not, Shorty? Why not? He's one of their own. We drafted him out of Michigan, remember? So I don't think there'd be it. And let's not forget, he's got a relationship with Kevin Warren, the Big Ten commissioner. Obviously, he's dealt with him a lot. Right, Luis. You're right. What makes sense? Seems like it'll never happen. But that's the thing that you wonder about. But it's not George's decision. Or is it? It's not George. Why is that too conservative? For what? You're not getting a renegade coach. You're not getting a, No, I don't want Fangio. Fangio runs a 4-3. Now we got to change the defensive personnel, and Fangio's down in Miami. He's not going anywhere. Listen, it's a new regime. Kevin Warren might make that call. Kevin Warren might say, listen, this is who we're bringing in. Now, we'll do our interviews and shit, but yeah. Because you got the Rooney Rule, you're going to have to interview an African-American coach, so you're going to probably interview Eric Bieniemy and things like that, and his 77th interview without getting a head coaching gig. But that would be the perfect scenario, and that's the way I see it going. I hope I'm right too, Mr. Shorty. Shorty! Yes, that's when Warren comes in. Hey, this is what we need. Harbaugh and Chico and the man. To all of us who remember that, Chico and the man. I have a lot of respect for him too, and you don't need to tell me he wouldn't love to come back and coach the Chicago Bears again. This time under different circumstances. Remember, him and Lovey kind of butted heads a little bit. So I think it'd be a great situation. So great time for the Bears. Great time for the Bears to bring your boys home. Bring the boys home. And here's the thing. This controversy that people are trying to make up. There is no controversy. Justin is the starter. Tyson Bagent is the backup. Brian, yes, he'd be another good choice at DC. I agree. Either one. Either one would be a great choice. But this has to stop. It really does. And Coach Wanstead was on the other day talking about it, and he said he would keep if Bagent won the next game, he'd keep him as a starter. I get it if Justin isn't ready. See, the thing that they're asking, here's the problem. Yeah, Mr. Shorty, yes, I agree with you. But here's the thing. If you call that same game plan, the same game plan for Justin that you did for Bagent, how much better would we be? If you called a run 38 times and we're gashing them, what are they going to do? You're going to have to bring somebody in the box. And you don't think Justin Fields is going to push it downfield at that particular point? You don't think that? If you run the ball 35 times a game, like I'm telling you, how long did I say this? I said it last year. I said it this year. Run the God-blessed ball. Run the ball 30 times a game. That would open up so much for Justin. So much. But the game plan they called was kind of watered down a little bit for him. So how did they win the game? They didn't win because of Tyson Bagent. They won because of the running game. They won because of the offensive line. don't take it away from them. Give it to the offensive line. Give it to the, and then you listen. Look, and you're getting another stud running back. Roschon Johnson's been cleared from concussion protocol. He practiced yesterday. He's going to be in the mix. So now you have two guys. See, Khalil Herbert isn't an angry runner. Not like Deontay Foreman or Roschon Johnson. He's a very effective runner, don't get me wrong. But he's just not an angry runner. So now you got three backs that you can just rotate. And listen, the Chargers are 31st in pass defense. Imagine you run the ball and they can't stop it. What are they going to do? They have to stop the run. That's when you attack them with the pass. That's when you hit them for digs, 15-yard digs. That's when you hit them with posts. That's when you hit them with post corners. That's when you hit them with route combos that get chunks and chunks of yards. Brian, who said the same thing on the Nomad Network. Ton the ball more and often. I'm just kidding. Run the ball. I know you corrected it. I'm just busting your balls. But you know what? There's a change in philosophy when Justin has the ball. And there shouldn't be. Run, 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 run. The only change in the philosophy is we'll push the ball down deep, as opposed with Tyson, we're going to keep it short to medium. Justin has the whole field to play with. Tyson, you got short to intermediate. That's where you're stuck. Got it? Good. That should be the only change. But if they change this game plan, Ryan, I screwed up, got excited. Yeah, Mashawn, some big plays in the passing game for the Bears. They are there, but you can't just go take it. You have to set them up. You have to set them up, make them screw themselves. Make the Chargers hurt themselves. How? They already have a bad pass defense. So what are you going to do? You're going to run the ball. Run the ball. And they can't until they can't stop it. And they're going to devote all the resources that they can to stopping the run. Then what do? Now you hit them with the pass. Imagine if you bring a 7th or 8th guy in the box. I mean, if you're 3 wides, if you're 4 wides, you can't bring 8 because then there's only 3 people out there. But you'll bring 7. And imagine DJ Moore one-on-one with a corner. You see how we've seen DJ Moore break tackles on a regular basis. He's a very physical receiver. So it needs to be a good, solid hit to bring him down. Don't try and arm tackle that man. Don't do it. Even when people lay some good when they get a good shot at him, he'll just bounce off and keep running. Darnell Mooney, here's your chance. Tyler Scott, here's your chance, your breakout game. Cole Kmet, here we go. Tunyon, we haven't gotten anything out of you yet. Come on now. But this is all after you establish the run to where they can't stop it. Where, listen, if any of you have ever played football, the best way to help a quarterback out, a young quarterback, is defense and run game, right? Right. I've said it here before, and I'll say it here again. The takeoff for a defensive lineman or an edge rusher is completely different when you have to stop the run. I could have, Brian, but I would have had to say pause. The takeoff for a defensive lineman when you are getting gashed by the run is completely different than it is when you're going to sack the quarterback. This is where the phrase, you must earn the right to rush the passer, applies. Because if you haven't earned the right to rush the passer, your penetration is to stop the run, not to go get the quarterback. This is why I want Tyson Bagent under center. So play action fakes, and he gets some great fakes. He holds it, watches them, boop, and then rolls out the other way. Great play fakes, and as linebackers and D-line, you can't go anywhere. You can't get into your drops because you think it's a run because they've been gashing you on the run. This is where the big plays come. And it doesn't have to be 30 yards downfield. It could be just a leak. What did we see? Dante Foreman last week in the flat. If Tyson Bagent would have thrown it to him, he's still running. It doesn't have the 20-yard plays, 25-yard plays don't have to be in the air. They could be an 8-yard pass and let our dudes run. Let these playmakers play. These playmakers make plays. But it's methodical. Are you disciplined enough, Luke Getsy, to stay methodical? Ryan Poles is disciplined enough to go after the players he wants in drafts and free agency. Are you methodical enough to stick with the run till it hurts them, till the Chargers are like, God damn, we can't stop this. Now you kill them with the pass. Now, Tyson, we want you to throw short to intermediate. And if there's a shot with DJ Moore deep, go get it. I think you open up the playbook. I think you take the reins off of him a little bit this week. I don't know. We'll talk a little more Bears at the top of the hour, about another 7 minutes or 6+ minutes with our guy Damani Pugh from the SmokeFellas. You can watch them tomorrow live, 11 a.m. to 1, right here on Sports Zone Chicago. And I'm telling you, if you ever went to a barbershop, if you ever went to a cigar lounge, whether you ever went to a bar and talk shit with your boys, your peoples, then this is the show for you. This is the show for you, the SmokeFellas. But real quick, before we, Dusty Baker had come out and said, after 26 years of being a manager, he is going to retire. I'm happy for Dusty. I hate the fact that he took the Houston Astros to a World Series title, but I'm glad he got his World Series title. Dusty's been nothing but class during his time in Major League Baseball, which is spanned over, 4 decades. He's retiring. Hats off to him. I wish him the best in his retirement. Game recognizes game. He was a great man, a great manager, great player back in the day, if you remember, with the Dodgers. And he brought credibility, or he tried to clean it up over in Houston. Okay, after the cheating scandal, he was atop their list. A dude with an impeccable reputation. And he helped clean that mess in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. They went and got Dusty, and he fixed it. All right. Mad respect to him for getting that done. raising the World Series trophy. Like I said, unfortunately, I hated that it was with that team, that organization, but I'm happy he got one. Let's see what else we got over here. Why boo Dusty? Why? You had it. It wasn't Dusty's fault. It wasn't Bartman's fault. It was Alex Gonzalez's fault. Oh, boo for the trash throws. I get it. I thought you were still talking about 03. I get it, bro. I ain't mad at you. I understand. I don't like the trash throws either. Altuve, I can't stand that son of a bitch. I'll never forgive him. No, it wasn't Shorty. It wasn't Bartman's fault. Alex Gonzalez with one out had a routine ground ball. He backhanded it and dropped it. If he turns that double play, you're out of the inning. You're out of the inning. So everyone wants to blame Bartman. They don't want to blame Alex Gonzalez. Out of the inning. We're out. Boop. We're going. The rest of that inning doesn't happen. Cubs maybe win the World Series in 03. Maybe. Speaking of World Series tonight, we talked about it earlier. And all right, how many of you are watching the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Texas Rangers? Not two big markets. I get it. But the Diamondbacks are going back for the second time. They won the first time back when in 2001, back when after the attacks. Went to 7 games against the New York Yankees. I forgot who hit the ball. It was Luis Gonzalez. Hit a ball right back over the middle, over the Sandman, Mariano Rivera's head, back up the middle for the game winner in Game 7. I thought it was going to be Mets-Yankees, but the D-backs, how appropriate would that have been after the attacks in New York? It would have been New York Mets versus New York Yankees, but it was the D-backs versus the Yankees. D-backs took it in 7. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, listen, let's take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we're gonna welcome our guy Damani Pugh, one of the SmokeFellas. Like I said, he's on every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. here on Sports Zone Chicago. We're gonna get into some Bears talk. All right, and you know what? Probably some Bulls talk as well. You know what? And here's the great part about Damani and Ben and Kevin is they talk it all. They're not pigeonholed in I only talk football, I only talk baseball, I only talk basketball, I only talk hockey. They talk it all. So you know what? We're going to be on with Damani. We'll talk some Bulls as well. So we got a lot of Bears talk coming up. What a little Bulls talk with our guy Damani Pugh up next from the SmokeFellas. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
To run for 17, back he goes, here comes Chubb, there goes the ball, touchdown, Mooney! Jones will walk at the left tackle, time for Fields, now he'll accelerate to get the first down, great tackles, and he's off to the races, and we got a terrific block.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I need for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class. These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
At the 29. Bajan steps up, gonna run. Bajan all the way out across the 40. That's a Bears first. Off the play fake, sets up the screen. Foreman with blockers in front. He's got a convoy of Bears, and Foreman upended as he gets into Raider territory. 2nd and 6 at the 15. Bajan, another check down. He's got Foreman with blockers. Deontay Foreman pushed for goal. Bajan with time, throws it short. Foreman with the catch. Foreman to the end zone for the touchdown. And the first career touchdown pass for Tyson Bajan.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Fox. Our Bears. Tyson Bajan with his first touchdown pass as a Bear. Well, first NFL touchdown pass. It was exciting. It was good. But let's get one thing straight. Let's remember what we just saw. Everything was short. Everything was checkdowns. Everything was not him winning the game. It was him not losing the game. Okay? It was him not losing the game. And I think there's a big difference in winning a game and not losing it. I think that's what he did very well. Very, very well. Listen, my next guest is not as the only a friend of the program. He's part of the network here. Sports Zone Chicago. I told you can see him every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time with his boys, the SmokeFellas, Mr. SmokeFella himself, Bernard Mull, his boy KDL, D-Boy Nemesis, the Angry Man. Man, they got his crew over there. Damn, they're as deep as fucking Wu-Tang. Jesus Christ. So you can find him on Twitter at Damani Pugh 96335. Guys, just welcome back. Shawn and Maya, Lucky Lefty, Damani. Lucky, what's up, Papa? How are you this morning?
What's going on, Shawn? How you doing this morning?
Man, I am great. Great workout. The workout sucked this morning. I had 90 burpees, but yeah, that shit sucked. But other than that, I feel good, man. I feel good. Except for the 90 burpees, I'm good.
Hey, happy Friday, brother. Happy Friday.
TGI Mickey Ficky Friday, baby. That's what it is.
It's usually 5 o'clock somewhere, but not today. You can see my coffee mug.
That don't mean nothing.
you in my business, don't do that.
Man, dude, that's awesome. That's good stuff. Hey, so I don't know if I told you, so I'm not going to be able to produce your show tomorrow. I called Ben last night, or I had him call me. So I'll be doing color commentary for the Carthage college football game tomorrow in Kenosha. So I'll be doing I'll be on their YouTube. It's not on TV or ESPN's gonna be on their YouTube channel. So I'll be with a buddy of mine who went to St. Rita, and we also went to the same broadcast school together. So he called me and asked me, he's like, "You want to do color commentary?" I was like, "There's a bear shit in the woods? Hell yeah!"
Right, exactly.
So yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. I got to head the games at 1. I got to be there at 12. So I'll probably get there around 11:15, 11:30, just to get the lay of the land and stuff like that. So I'm excited to be my first college football game that I'm doing color commentary with. So I'm needless to say, I'm fired to freak up. So
Oh man, that's what's up. We'll hold it down, though, Sean. You know
I know you do. I know you
we
guys.
gonna act the fool for you, man. You know how we get out.
I wouldn't expect anything less. As a matter of fact, I'd be disappointed if you guys didn't act the fool.
Exactly.
I was telling people, like, if you ever talk shit or talk sports at a barbershop, at a cigar lounge, at a bar, I'm like, this is the show for you, the SmokeFellas, the Humidor podcast, Sports and Cigars podcast. It is literally just that. Guys having fun, drinking a little something early in the morning, smoking on a a Cohiba, or whatever you like to smoke on.
Hey,
So
we get started early. You know, the day is young and we not, but we figure it out. We always figure it out, Sean.
So look, let's get into this, because I'm gonna talk a little bulls with you too, at the end of this.
Yeah.
Tyson Bagent, all right. Give me your thoughts. Are you happy with his performance? Did you like the game plan? Did you like it and what he did? And then what would you like to see from him this week?
I did. I think he did a great job of managing the game. Not necessarily call him a game manager, but 21 completions, 152 yards.
21 to 29, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So he did exactly as you said. He didn't lose the game. And sometimes when you have a backup, especially one with no experience, undrafted rookie, his best friend is a great run game and solid defense, and that's what he got last Sunday against the Raiders. It was like I said, and execution. Some of the screens, the one that you just showed the clip of when he rolled to the right and threw the screen back to the left. When he did it, I was like, oh no, here we go with the idiotic, but it executed. You know what I mean? So it's especially when you look at the injuries the Bears are dealing with on the offensive side of the ball. It was one of those, iffy games you wasn't too sure about. You didn't know what you were going to see. But I think Bagent did a good job of not losing the game, managing the game. And the kid just has some moxie to him, man, like something I've never seen from an undrafted guy. He doesn't look shook. You even saw him on a one-run play when he waving to the crowd.
Bring it, baby, bring it.
Yeah. He definitely like he has it. So I'm not going to label him a game manager yet. But I think for that first game, he did a great job managing the game. I like to see him take a couple of deep shots Sunday night. I like to see him.
He said he got a cannon. He told us in a press conference after, goes, I got a cannon.
Exactly. So, and I do expect the Chargers to kind of stack the box and try to make this young man beat him. So the shots are going to be there. Hopefully, you get DJ more on some one-on-ones. If they putting 8-9 in that box, you're gonna get DJ on some one-on-ones, and let's see if he really, if he can really pull it. Like I said, I just want to like gradual steps. I'm not expecting to see Patrick Mahomes this week. But as he continues to play, put a little more on his plate, take what the defense gives you, and I think there's gonna be some shots there in that game. It's gonna definitely be some shots.
Basically, give him a little longer leash this week, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I can agree with you. And I asked him. So this is the moxie he has. So I asked him in the press conference after the game. I said, dude, I asked you last week before we knew about Justin. I was like, how would you feel? Are you confident? How confident are you to deliver this team a victory against the Raiders? And check this out. Listen to what he had to say. And it was dope. It was dope.
Tyson, I asked you last week, I said, if you're moving forward, if you're a QB1, how confident were you leading this team to victory? You looked me dead in the face and said, I'm very confident. Where did that come from, and what did you do today to build up to do that?
I feel like I've played like a million games at quarterback. I feel like I was able to win the job in high school my sophomore year. And then, I started every game through my senior year of college. So that's 7 years of starting, understanding what the week of preparation looks like, and going through pretty much every concept and run concept that there is. So repetition, mother of all learners, and I've been blessed to have a lot of repetitions in my life. So,
How much did
And that's exactly what I had said going into the game. Like, he had 579 passes his junior year. He had 572 passes his senior year. His 579 passes were more pass attempts than Justin had in both years at Ohio State. So, you know what? The mother, he said repetition is the mother of all learners, I guess. And I agree with you. There's nothing that he's not ready for. There's nothing that he hasn't seen. Now, the talent disparity is different. But, you put him in a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 2, you know what I mean? He's seen it all. I mean, dude, he's thrown 2,000 passes in college.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
that's insane.
Crazy.
Insane.
That is crazy. Look, this young man, depends on how it turns out. Let's see what happens. This could be some on the level of that Kurt Warner type story. I mean, he seemed to overcome, so many different things. Coming from a D2 school, coming in undrafted free agent, beating out PJ Walker and Peterman for the number 2 spot. So he's kind of like, it doesn't just looks, he looks the part. You love the confidence. And I can personally say he has won more press conferences just last week than Eberflus and Nagy has done over
Combined.
the last 5 years combined. He definitely won. He's won the press conference. I mean, what's not to like about him? I don't. What's not to like?
Swag. Dude, there's a swag about him, man.
To him, man. Oh my good, he came off the field with the little hat turn. I said, check him out. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and you know what? For me, I'm excited for him. I really am. I'm excited for him. His dad's a character. I don't know if you've seen his dad. His dad is. So I was sitting outside after the press conference. I had to come out, and we're right next to the family room. All right, underneath, the family, not locker room, but the family room where they go and sit and chill after the game. And his dad comes out, and he's like, "Yeah!" His dad's a monster, as a character. His dad's the one that owns the CrossFit gym. That's why, if you remember, someone asked him in the press conference. He's like, "If my backup plan was just to be CrossFit and to be a teacher at my old high school." His dad
was the one arm wrestling champ, right?
His dad's a 28-time arm wrestling champion.
Arm wrestling champ. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. Staying on the offense before we go to the defense, Rashawn Johnson has been cleared from concussion protocol. What do you want to see? Do you want to see another healthy dose of the run game? They ran the ball 38 times last week, him in there included, but the two top running backs, Deontay Foreman had 16 carries, which I thought was too little, and Darrington Evans had 14. So the two top running backs had 30 carries between them. You want to see them run the ball like that or more?
I want to see them run it like that, but depending on what the defense gives you. Like, don't be stubborn with it. If they stacking the box, like I said, take some shots. I wouldn't honestly. But those numbers, about 30 times, I would love to see it. I think Rashawn Johnson want to get those carries over Evans. So it's to me, just establishing that identity, and they did that last week. They established their power running team. They get upfield, they maul you. You guys downhill runners and Foreman, and now bringing Rashawn Johnson back. So yeah, let him step in. I mean, you don't have to. I don't think he should step in and just be the number one back. Let Foreman continue to do what he's doing, even though I think Rashawn Johnson's a better all-around back as far as catching out the backfield, blocking, on passing downs and things like that. So I would like to see a heavy dose of Rashawn Johnson, but don't get too far off. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
And I think we saw what we saw last week, even compared to the Commanders game and the Vikings game, is the identity was set. Like, we're going to run it down your throat. And if that's the formula that's going to get it done, stick with it. And the Chargers aren't a great defense at all.
No, so they're 31st in pass defense, and which is second to last. But I still don't want them personally just to come out and start flinging the ball around. My thought is run the ball, run it at Khalil Mack, run it at Bosa. Yep. Don't run away from them. Run it at them. Right? Yep. All right. Khalil Mack is phenomenal, but when you get a 300-pound guy, you got a puller, man, it gets in his way. Get these guys tired. Get these guys having to fight off blocks as opposed to chasing, because you can't run away. Bosa's on one side, Max on the other, so you can't run away from either of them. All right, so I say run right at them and run right at them until they're forced. All right, so you're forced to bring an extra guy in the box, and when you are, you're 31st in the NFL in pass defense already, and you're going to bring another guy in the box. That's when they should go for their shots. That's when they should, because I don't care if he throws for 150 yards or 300 yards. I want him to run that ball and then hit them once they have to commit to that run.
Yep.
There's the worst thing in the world is to let a team just run the ball down your throat. That is the worst thing in the world.
It is disrespectful. It's demeaning. It's everything. And what's the best way to counter, great pass rush is a good run game. You have to you don't want Bosa and Mac just
teeing off
on you. So it's definitely the Bears have a formula that can work against it. I'm so shocked and as a Bear fan, I feel disrespected by this Vegas line. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, the Chargers are 2-4. 2-4. The Bears are 2-5, and
yep.
I know I get it. The Bears on the road, but an 8.5-point underdog against one of the worst defenses. I get it's a backup quarterback and things like that, but the Chargers have not looked great at all. So I was a little shocked at the line.
Yeah, I was too. Speaking of the line, offensive line. So Donald Wright played a great game last week, and he literally, dude, this is a steal. This is a one hell of a pick from Ryan Poles because he stopped that stud Crosby with one arm. His left arm was, you saw if you watched the all 22, you're like, oh shit, he's not using his left arm. And remember, he was on the he actually went on the he was on the
injury report also.
Injury report, yeah, with the shoulder. Mm-hmm. So he stopped him, dude, with one freaking arm.
Yeah, impressive, and every week, it's hard to catch it during the game, but every week, when you watch a lot of the post game shows and when they break down film, what they show on this young man is so impressive. He doesn't look like a rookie at all. He's gone up against some big dogs too, and he's contained them. But last week was probably the most impressive, going up against one of the top sack guys in the league. Like you said, with one arm, they were showing he couldn't even lift it really up, really past his chest. So he was, to do a job like that, it's definitely showing you something. But they've been saying he was the best lineman in the draft. He was the best O lineman in the draft, and he's proven it.
He really, really is. So if they can continue that that dominance on the line, once you dominate the offensive line, the game over. If you establish. And that's the whole thing. You need defensive line. You need to reestablish the line of scrimmage 1 yard in the backfield. Offensive lineman, you need to reestablish the line of scrimmage 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. And the winner of that is going to control the game. And the way that and this is why I want them to continue to run the ball, because offensive linemen love going forward. They don't like going back all the time, but they damn sure like going forward, imposing their will on people. And the best part, and I've seen it. My guy who's in the chat, Armando Lara Jr., my guy Junior, you see it when you've taken not the will to compete, but when you beat a team because you've run the ball down their throat and you've taken away their will not to win, just to compete. That's when you had a great game, and that's what the offensive linemen love to do. And if they can continue to do that, and now they're, despite
just the wearing out the D line, like you're running down that throat, you're wearing them out. So when it does come to time for a pass rush, those legs are a little, you've been getting beat up all game, so it's late in the game and you need to make a big play from the D line. It's a little tough on you. So it's the key to everything. We always talk about it, Shawn. You talk about it all the time, is the game is won in the trenches. And I know there's been this narrative of how bad the Bears offensive line is, and I'm even hearing people talking to the kid from Penn State. He looks great, but I don't think the O-line is the problem. I think when you coach to their strengths, and their strength is run the ball, you get those guys going downhill. Tevin Jenkins, no one's really talking about him. What he's been doing, this dude is a mauler. Like he's nasty. This cat is a mauler, man. You got him and Darnell right on that right side, right
same
now,
side
until Nate Davis gets back. But even I may sit Nate Davis. I know he's a prize free agent and everything, but
you have to move over to the left, Nate.
yeah, you might
to the left,
because I'll put any running back behind give me Tevin Jenkins and Darnell Wright. I'll put about 30, 40 running backs behind them and let them get loose.
I talked to Tevin Jenkins after the game in the locker room, and here's what he had to say about the run game.
How did you feel today? Talk to me about how you feel. When you know you're running the ball, you know you're dominating the guy, because you have a tendency to take people into the first row, and they call another run to your side. How excited do you get when you know, oh shit, it's coming to my side?
I get very excited. I mean, this is like when you can say it's like one of those making money blocks. It's like one of those things. Like your man reaching your one-on-one, you got to win the rep. So I get excited. Like a little bit of pressure because if you make that block, a big spring block can happen, and if you mess up, it could be a negative play.
Talk about Tyson. Tyson, he had a good comment. I asked him last week, and I'm going to ask him again this follow up. But I asked him last week. I said, how confident are you? Before we knew what situation that you could lead this team to victory. He looked me dead in my face and said, I'm very confident. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about that young man.
Yeah, I mean, he had all the swag in the world back there. I mean, he was very, I'll say he was like commanding in the huddle, got us all in the right points, got us, like he was delivering the play calls very smooth, changed cadences. I mean, he was doing everything you need to do as a quarterback, and he was working the pocket too, so I'd say he was having a very good game, and you can tell his confidence is high.
Yeah. That's Tevin Jenkins, man, and he gets excited about it. And his only issue, and that's a big one, is his health. Can he just stay healthy? Because if he stays healthy, that dude is a perennial All-Pro guard. Perennial.
Oh, definitely.
Perennial All-Pro guard if he can stay healthy. So let's go to the other side of the ball. Defense. Defense is looking a lot better with the play calling now from Matt Eberflus, the head coach. He's shown me he is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. Talk to me about this guy. This guy has decided, Javon Dexter, since week 5, look at this. First grade, 77.3 overall grade. That's first among rookie DTs, and that's including some guy named Jalen Carter.
Yep.
His pass rush grade is second. 7 pressures is tied for first. His true pass rush grade is second. And 5 hurries tied for first. This dude is now we're starting to see why he was taken so high by this organization. Talk to me about him, the whole defensive line, but him in particular.
Yeah, we were hearing about him in camp, how impressive he was. A lot of the talk was potential. Like you didn't know, like it may take a little time for him to get there, but I remember an interview he had when he talked about it. Like, look, just let me loose. Like what I had to do at Florida was one thing, but he was Florida, right? The other kid was South Carolina. Florida, what he had to do at Florida, like he said he could do more, and he's showing it. He's showing he could do more. And for me, when it comes, especially the linemen, the more reps you get, the more you're out there, I think the better. I don't know. I know for quarterbacks, maybe sitting and watching, maybe some other positions, but when it comes to that lineup front, let those guys get out there and get out there and get their jerseys dirty. And he's showing what he could do. This dude is showing what he could do, man. And I don't know if I would love to see him next to a Aaron Donald type, though. I'm not ready to put him up there with the big dogs, the Chris Joneses and guys like that. But he's definitely trending upward. And it's making a big difference.
Yeah, it is. And I like Billings. You got Billings at the 1 technique at the nose guard. You got him at the 3. Man, that's a nice combo. Yeah. That's a nice combo, man. And you know what? You start bringing in more guys in the rotation, like him, Zach Pickens, Billings. These guys are starting to make plays now. And I saw a couple of plays. I remember one specific. They double teamed him, and he just held his ground. Didn't get blown out. Just held his ground. Man, he looked like a man among boys. When your little cousins come at you, you like, hey, you hold them like, hey, and they start swinging. That's how he looked. He just held them 2 jokers right there. All right, let everybody else get penetrate and go and stop the running back for a loss. Why? Because he's able to handle 2 guys. This dude is a monster. And I remember one play at training camp where the guy stopped them initially, and then it looked like a cartoon where he just went like, rah! And the dude just, I don't remember who the offensive lineman was, but the offensive lineman flew off him like he was a gnat. And I was like, oh shit, like this dude, once he gets comfortable in his system, and now he's starting to get comfortable.
Yep, he's comfortable.
and he's a force, man. He's going to be a force. Talk to me about the secondary, though. The secondary is huge. I think we can agree that's the strength of this team. And Jalen Johnson made a statement last week with 2 picks, one to the house. And then after the house, he was like,
"Yep,
pay me.
Time to pay me."
You know what? What do you do with him? Do you sign him, or do you say, hey, you know what, Terrell Smith is ready? You know, the cornerback out of Minnesota, or do you sign this kid? Sign this young man. He's not a kid. Sign this young man to a deal.
I wouldn't do it. I would wait till then, close into the season, because one of my issues with Jalen is health. He hasn't finished the season yet, and that was one of his problems coming out of college, which is why he failed. It's why he failed to the second round. The Bears got him in second, right? So they said it was a shoulder injury, so he has an injury history.
Yeah, he had the harness too when he started playing.
Right. So you do have to be careful with just opening up the checkbook with guys like that. So, and he was hurt earlier this year. So, I mean, when he's on the field, he's a top-notch corner, but we know the best ability is availability. And if he can't be there, I mean, I would love to see him stay, but I wouldn't break the bank. You know what I mean? I wouldn't break the bank.
And he said he's not asking to break the bank, which is cool.
Right.
But for me, here's the thing. And I said it ad nauseum. I said it last night on the show. Stop letting good players get away.
Yep. Good young players. Yep.
Stop. Sometimes you got to pay what you owe. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay what you owe. And if this guy, people talk about his lack of interceptions and turnovers, if he's cutting off one half of the field, he's cutting out literally one half of the field. They don't throw to his side, and they did yet last week. And what did he do? He nabbed him not once but twice. Once with a house call. Yeah. Like you can't let players like that go, because he's a great man-to-man corner that's adapted to the zone scheme that we have, the cover 2, and he plays that really well, as you saw last week. We just can't let him walk, because this is a guy, when you blitz, when you bring people, you're going to need those man-to-man coverage skills, and he's got them. I say you got to pay the dude. He's not asking to be the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Give him $12, $13 million a year, somewhere in there. You got $100 million in cap space next year. Come on now.
Definitely.
You know, but pay the man. The dude has earned it. He's done. You know, he's done everything you asked for. He's giving you just half a field to worry about.
Yeah. People really don't underestimate the value of that. Sometimes it's not, necessarily even, like I said, the interceptions, like cutting off half the field is big. We talked about the D line with those interior guys, Bill and Dexter, sometimes eating up blocks so those linebackers can get to them. People don't realize how valuable that is.
Yep.
Some of our greatest linebackers ever, of course, Singletary, Urlacher, Buckets, all these guys. Look at the guys they had in front of them.
Bingo.
Eating up blocks. Urlacher had one of his best years when he had big Ted Washington and Traylor in front of him.
Yeah.
Like they ate up blocks and let these guys just run free and do their thing. And the same with the corner position. Jalen is, he's not a ball hawk like that, but you don't want to throw to his side. And that says a lot. And so, I'm just looking down the line. I would have loved to see him against Justin Jefferson. He hasn't got to play against him yet. I was listening to him on a radio station. One of them is always out. So he hasn't really got a chance to play against him yet. But, I mean, this is a lockdown corner. In a passing league, you need it. You definitely need it. And I like Tariq Stevenson. I like the young Terrell Smith from Minnesota. He's good, but there's nothing wrong with having a plethora of good corners.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
You can never have too many.
There's nothing wrong with that. And you got the other 2 young guys on rookie deals, so it's not like you're overpaying the position, and you know what I mean? Like it's really good. And keep in mind, Jalen Johnson is doing this without a great pass rush. I mean, what he's doing without a great pass rush. Says a lot.
Yeah. Says a lot. Well, a much improved pass rush this year, but last year he shut it down with no pass rush. So exactly. I'm a big fan of him. Talk about the future. Let's look forward after the season. Carolina has the number 1 pick. Oh, sorry. No, they don't. We got it. What do you do with that number 1 pick? You know, are you trading Justin? You keeping him for a haul? Give me your thoughts.
It's a hard call right now. So I'm looking down the line just even before you get to the off season. You got 10 games left.
Trade deadline is next week. So
trade deadline's next week. I would love to see the Bears stay put.
You don't want to be buyers
unless you can get Chase from over there in Washington.
What about Chase? What about Sweat or either or?
Yeah, either one.
Okay.
If you can get either one of them, I think we have enough draft picks where it's worth it.
What about Brian Burns, the kid from the edge rusher from Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina may be tired of giving us everything, but if you can get it, you know, they're gonna be calling the Carolina Bears in a minute because I mean we just keep robbing them. You know, at some point we're gonna get locked up for it.
Like Samuel L. Jackson from Coming to America. He's hit us the third time in 6 months he's robbed us.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can't keep going back to the well too many times. At some point, Carolina's gonna be like, okay, that's enough. We didn't get y'all picks, DJ Moore. What else now? About to give you a number one overall pick again. So I want to see what's gonna happen. Look, I'm looking at these next 10 games. Outside of Detroit twice. It's a lot of 50-50 games. The schedule is not very tough. I don't see any reason why the Bears can't go 5-5 in these last 10. I don't. And if you at that point, Rachel, 7-10, I think you're trending upward. You have to at some point don't let this losing culture keep building and building and building. You know what I mean? Because now you got young guys like Kyler Gordon and Brisker. If you bring in a rookie quarterback, you're more than likely looking at another losing season next year, maybe another 2 years. Now, these guys have been in this losing culture for 4 years. You don't want to keep changing coaches. At some point, as long as you're trending upward, stay the course. Just keep adding talent around it. Trade that number one pick for a haul because somebody's going to give you a haul for Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah,
and just keep stockpiling talent. But let's see where it's going. I mean, they're looking a lot better. I know we caught some breaks. Brian Hoyer, you caught Minnesota without Justin Jefferson. You're catching the Chargers without Mike Williams this week. So you're catching breaks. That's part of football, as we know.
No one gives a shit when our guys are out.
Exactly. and at the end of the day, the NFC is pretty mediocre, man. When you look at this, it's top heavy. San Fran, Philly, Detroit, and let's throw Dallas in there. But after that, everybody else is kind of the 7th seed right now only has 3 wins. Bears got 2. You know what I mean? So, I mean, not saying to make the playoffs, but me and the guys were talking to shop last week. It may be 2 teams that get in the wild card with losing records.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it could be, and if you got a shot at, like I say, trending for, if you can get, you had 3 last year. If you can get 7, I would love to see them get 7 or 8 if possible. Then, next year, man, we add more talent. We got assets. You got money. You got draft picks. You're going to get, like I said, you're going to get a haul for that top pick. Don't go changing everything up, bringing in a new quarterback. And you don't have to keep resetting. It's time to start turning it around, but turn it slowly. But, just let it keep building and building and building. They were talking about Detroit. They kind of, Campbell, what he did, the Jets, same thing. Yeah, so let's keep building. Now, I would if Justin is, as long as Justin is showing consistent improvement. Well, and let's start with consistency. Let's be consistent because you can't give us 2 great games and then turn around and give us what you gave us in Minnesota. But I think even if Bajan continues to play well, Justin's due to come back next week. He's shooting to come back next week. I think that leash is going to be a little short on Justin, especially if Tyson goes out and do his thing this week. So that leash is going to be short. And let's hope that one of the guys that are already in the quarterback room is the guy over starting from scratch.
Guys, Richard Pugh, one of the SmokeFellas that you can watch every week here on Sports Zone Chicago, Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we're talking Bears football and Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Let's say they want to move on from Eberflus. I had a crazy thought with what's going on in Michigan. All right, there and his boy leaving, J.J. McCarthy, probably leaving for the NFL draft. I say if you let go of Eberflus, you snag Jim Harbaugh. He's a former Chicago Bear. We drafted him out of Michigan. Okay. And defensively, I think what's going on in Washington, I think Ron Rivera's on the hot seat. Remember, Magic Johnson's part of that ownership group. I think they let him go. I say, you know what? You bring Jim Harbaugh, you bring Ron Rivera, bring 2 former Chicago Bears home to restore us to prominence. And it's not like we have to worry about the offensive play call. Harbaugh has coached a quarterback like Justin and Colin Kaepernick, a guy who can run, and you got a guy who's a much better passer than Colin Kaepernick in Justin. I think the scheme would fit perfectly. Your thoughts on that dream team, or Leslie Frazier, either one. You bring Leslie Frazier to DC, I'm cool with it too.
Yeah, dream scenario. We've been hearing the Harbaugh to the Bears rumors for a few years now. I think I'm with you. If it's going to be a time that he's going to go, this could be the year, especially depending on how they
investigation.
Yeah, that investigation. And it's no secret he wants to come back to the NFL. His ties to the McCaskies, they have a great relationship. He loves Chicago. It would be ideal because I as much as Eberflus is doing okay now, but I think when it's time to take that next step, he's probably not going to be the guy. He's a glorified defensive coordinator. I mean, let's be totally honest. What he is. Did you hear his post-game speech? It was the worst. I was so bored. in the locker room with the guys, he's just like, he just doesn't have that. Dream scenario. I was reading the rumor of Bill O'Brien, New England. It's been the offense coordinator Detroit, a few guys, but as long as it's not a full reset, like I would hope if you're moving in the right direction, don't just tear it all down. Like, of course, you bring in Harbaugh with Justin and with what they already have on there. Like I said, Rivera, I think Rivera's done in Washington. I'm pretty sure this is it for him. He'll be, he was a D coordinator here before, right?
Mm-hmm.
They won the top defense in the league. Yeah, they were pretty good defense. So
in the Super Bowl year,
the Super Bowl, yeah, exactly. So like you say, that's a dream scenario, not impossible. It's definitely doable. It looks like it's doable more than any year ever. I think this could be the year it could happen.
Hey, listen, we got to take a quick break. Can you stay with us for another 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we're going to talk a little Bulls. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it like you fired up on that one.
Yes.
Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Off the fake. Fields against the grain. Finds Jesse James. Field with time. Delivers down to the field. Fake one way to Fields stumbling. Trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushrooms.
You've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms. On Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel, you can find us at Sports Zone Chicago. And on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American Airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
So would you say that the identity of this team is the run? Or have you yet to
I don't
specify
really
that
know.
yet?
Probably ask older guy or something maybe. I mean, I just be lining up, man.
Just be lining up and knocking out whoever they tell you to knock out, huh? How much of a relief is it to get your first win at home here, and finally, the media is gonna not be on you guys so much. How does that feel to come out? Said dinner's gonna be a lot better tonight. All right, chilling with the family and friends gonna be a lot more fun tonight. How does it feel overall after getting that first win? Like basically a monkey off your back, your first home win.
Yeah, it feels really good. Wins always feels good. So definitely a team like that's a good team we played. They have some good players, and we did a good job.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That was Darnell Wright, our right tackle, no pun intended.
He interviews like a rookie.
Yeah. And did you see when he first started, he was just like kind of rubbing his left shoulder real quick. I was like, and I didn't pick up on that until after I watched the 12-22. I'm like, oh shit, he's not using the left shoulder. And I went back and watched. I was watching it yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was like, oh shit, he was kind of just rubbing it.
Yeah. He looked like why y'all interviewing me? I'm an old lineman. That's not what we do. I'm on the line.
Yeah,
that's not what we do.
Well, let's switch gears. Let's finish out the show this way. The Bulls with a bit embarrassing loss on Wednesday at home to the OKC Thunder. Not that they lost. That's not the embarrassing part. It's how they lost. 20-point game. Look at the new season, same as the old. All right. The stagnation of the offense was really an issue. They shot more threes, but it seems like they have to get used to shooting threes in the flow of the offense. Looks like they shot a lot of threes. Not looks like they shot a lot of threes just to shoot threes. It's like that's not how it works. You got to get in the flow of the offense. Ball movement, good passing, good and hit the open guy. Talk to me about what you saw, and how much of it do you even think it's more the same this year? Or do you see something different?
I pretty much saw a continuation of last year. It's not. I mean, just and that was the disappointing part. I know they pretty much ran it back, re-signing Kobe White and bringing those guys in the center, Vooch and bringing Vooch back. Just running it back. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any type of improvement. I didn't see anything that's gonna make us think a different outcome this year. Mm-hmm. Definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Yep. Donovan looks like he's just at the end of his rope. Billy Donovan like the end of the rope. The rotations, just a lot of questions. I just didn't see a team that believes. At times they look lost out there. And to OKC's credit, I think that's an up and coming young team.
Oh yeah,
that's a team people are not talking about. That Gilchrist kid is not a kid. Young man is, he is something.
He is a Mickey Ficky problem.
He is something. So Chet Holmgren back. That OKC team's gonna make some noise. So it's not like they went out there and lost to some bums, but it's what we talk about it all the time, Shawn. It's NBA hell. What are you doing? Are you contending or rebuilding? When you're stuck in that middle, you're just in NBA hell. And the Bulls have been there. This new regime is coming off a little Paxson Foreman-ish. You can't stick with this core too long. And it looks like it may be a year past due of sticking with this core. I fully expect them to be sellers at the trade deadline. I think DeRozan is gone. Get something for him. It's going to be time for a full rebuild. Unfortunately, because it was so exciting when they first got these guys together. Yeah. Patrick Williams is a guy, I like him, but he just hasn't made the jump. He just hasn't made the jump. I don't see anything.
What do you think that? Why do you think that is, dude? Because I went on a rant last week, and I went off on him. I went off on Justin Fields. I went off on Yohan Moncada. I went off on Tim Anderson. Like, man, grow the hell up. Like, okay, if it's your first year in the league, maybe even second. Okay, I get it. Get your feet wet, establish. Oh, Cody Whitehair too. That was the other dude I went in on. Like, man, dude, like now it's year 3, 4, 5. Cody Whitehair, you're like 30 years old now. Like,
31.
there's got to come to time. Like, your nuts got to drop, man. Patrick Williams got to stop being a little so damn scary, a little scary ass. Like, oh, well, Zach's on the court, he'll get the ball. DeMar's on the court, I'll give him the ball. No, dude, if you're a baller, you don't give a damn who's on the God bless the court. You do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do your thing. And Patrick still, he does his thing when they're not on the court. We've seen him get aggressive, and we're like, whoa, who's that wearing Patrick Williams uniform? Dunking out people, hitting a three, driving to the hole, taking people and ones. But when they're in the game, he's like, okay, you have it. You have it. Like, no, be a man, dude. This is your 4th year in the league. You should – dude, don't even get me started. I was so pissed at that. There comes a certain point in time where, like, all right, dude, show us what you got on a consistent basis because we've seen it in spurts. But, man, let your nuts drop, man. He pisses me off because he's so talented.
He is. And he fits today's NBA, right? He can play multiple positions, can guard multiple positions. You know, he's kind of like tweeners are the end thing now, right? He can play the small forward, the power forward. Even if you want to go small against other small lineups, he could probably play a little in the center position for you. It's the player development and lack of leadership. Let's look at the vets on this team.
Great
with
point.
somebody to grab him and say, hey, just like you said, hey, let's go. Don't stop giving it, stop giving way to Zach and DeMar. Let's go. Let's work. And and I think he would benefit, from stronger leadership, veteran leadership, definitely coaching. I think you lose this young man, he's going to go somewhere. We're going to see the potential that they saw when they drafted him.
Another Lauri Markkanen?
Yep. When they drafted him as high as they did. Oh man, Lauri Markkanen is woo. It is. What is it about Chicago? It's developing young guys. It's ridiculous. We just lose so many and they go get good. But yeah, it can be frustrating. But you know how it is, Shawn. Some guys you gotta, they need that strong leader, behind them. Like, look, shoot the ball. I don't care if you miss. Keep shooting. Get aggressive. What are you doing? Like, you pass the ball, I'm gonna throw it back to you. Go to work. He's smaller than you. Work. Let's go. Some guys need that kind of push. So he seems to be coming off, like you say, but he has to get out of that I'm the young guy rookie mentality. Now it's time I'm one of the guys. Let's go. Hey, give me the ball. Let's go. Hand it. Let's go.
Give me the damn ball.
Give me the ball. Yeah. It's time to get like that. And like you said, it's year 4. So can't keep babying them.
What about the new guys? Torrey Craig. How did you like them? 3-point shooters. I like. Give me your thoughts on those guys.
Yeah, good, solid pickup. It feels
was it Javon Carter?
Javon Carter, yeah. And then defensively, especially Carter, is pretty solid. I still a wait and see. For game 1, I saw some flashes here and there, but that OKC backcourt is tough. That's a tough backcourt, man. So I'm still kind of in wait and see mode. I'm not ready to grade those pickups. There's nothing. It's not. Those pickups weren't headlines. Like, wasn't gonna make the headlines on NBA.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you just have to see. The fear is, are they gonna fall into the same trap as, like we just talked about, Patrick Williams, just kind of giving way to those other guys, or are they gonna come in and really establish themselves and become a presence? But yeah, I definitely agree, Cornelius. They are those guys are nice.
Yeah, but they didn't move the needle for me. You know what I mean? Like what moves the needle? Dame going to Milwaukee. Like, oh snap!
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Except for the little times that they're gonna have to get adjusted with Dame playing with a big man, a skilled big man like the Freak, and the Freak playing with a dead-eye shooter from half court like Dame. Give it 8 games, 10 games, and they'll figure that out. Trust me. Great players figured out how to play with other great players. Has never, ever, ever been. I shouldn't say no, because these guys don't have egos. All right? If you have egos, it could be a problem. But these guys don't have egos. Dame just wants to win. Giannis wants to win again. Man,
I was watching the game I watched that whole game last night. Actually, at times it was a very quiet 38, but at times it looked like Dame was trying to just fit in. Instead of being
Remember how
Dame.
DeMar looked? Remember how DeMar looked when he first got here? Like,
you
it's your
come
team,
in,
Zach.
you just try to come in and let me just
Get in where you fit in.
Fit in a little bit. But then it looked like as the game went on, he started like, okay, it's Dame time. Let's get to it. And I think that's going to be the same thing with, with the new guys with the Bulls. These guys have been together for a minute, and sometimes when you're coming into a situation where these guys have been together for the last 3 years, you kind of walk on eggshells a little bit. But that's on the coaching staff too. That definitely falls on the coaching staff. How do you integrate these guys and make them comfortable enough to where they come in and be them, establish themselves, be them. Don't just, Ole, here you go. Here, DeMar, here, Vooch.
You take it.
Right. I'll just play defense and run around, and if I get open shot,
and not everybody's Patrick Beverly. It did come in.
Oh my God, how many teams he gonna play for, man? I think
he's on a mission to get every jersey to hang in his wall.
He stays on a roster. It was funny in our group text. I said, Pat Beverly's still on a roster, like he just, But hey, that's a great life. You get that many years in the league, making a couple $1 million a year. It's a dream life. You can't really be mad at him.
No, you can't be mad at him at all. No. Billy Donovan, your thoughts on him, man? Is how soon do you think he's going to be on the hot seat, or do you think he is on the hot seat? Because it seems like they may have tuned him out, and if they have, then you really got to start. You got to start considering a change if these players have tuned him out.
Hot as fish grease. I'd be surprised you make it to the middle of the season. I'm totally honest. When you have a player-only meeting after the first game,
and you kick your team, and you don't even let your coach in. Like, no, we're good. Stay outside.
You've had all training camp, all off season, and after one game, players only. If tuned out was a person, this situation is it. And it's gonna say a lot about the front office. Are you gonna have the cojones to get this guy up out of here, or are you gonna let this thing go throughout for a whole season again and be a complete shit show? What are you gonna do?
After they just secretly signed him last year, remember?
Yeah.
Secret squirrel about it.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't think Donovan's a bad coach. I think he's good for what he does, right? He comes in, gets the younger guys kind of acclimated. He was a good, a great college coach. He was good in OKC with that younger team, but he hits the ceiling. You know what I mean? And I think he's hit his ceiling with Chicago. So it's time to move on and bring in somebody else.
Okay. Hey, Damani, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate you joining me today, man, for this whole hour. I appreciate it. Do me a favor. Let everyone know where they can catch you and your boys.
Man, of course. Y'all know what it is. This Saturday, right here, Sports Zone Chicago, Humidor Sports and Cigars, 11 a.m. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to go over a little bit of everything. Oh, and to let you guys know, for the rest of the season, I'll be doing a short segment, Lefty's Logic, drop them every Tuesday. Just drop some gems, Bears talk, just talking about the previous game and then looking ahead to the next game. A little quick 15 minutes. You'll be able to catch it on my social media handles. So, just tune in, check them out. And like you say, every Saturday morning, man, we realize we've been going on about 8 years now, about 8 years strong. So still a lot of fun. We got a lot of big things coming up. So, definitely tune in. Check us out.
Dude, man, great stuff. And listen, man, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank my guy, Damani, for joining me for this last hour, talking Bulls, talking Bears. Great stuff. Guys, have a phenomenal weekend from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago. Elliot By, executive producer, Clarence, our social media guy, my co-host in absentia, Maya, and me, your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, along with Damani Pugh. We just want to say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the love and the support. Enjoy your weekend. It's going to be a nice weekend. So I'm going to this. I got that thing tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Sunday's game. And there's a slight chance I should be hitting the Lauryn Hill and Fuji's concert Saturday as well. So when I get back from the football game, so
make a lot of time, like keep your day open because Lauryn Hill will come 3 hours late. Just open your whole day up, Shawn.
Good. I mean, I could take my time getting back from Wisconsin. That's cool. Cool.
You're gonna definitely have time.
Thanks, L Boogie. Good looking out.
Right.
So it's Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. So
man, that's what's up.
Yeah. So I'm still not sure yet. It's looking good, but I'll find out. If not tonight, then tomorrow. So good weekend for me, guys. Enjoy the weekend with family, friends, loved ones. Remember, tomorrow is not promised to anybody. Please enjoy the time you have with those people you care deeply about. All right, because it could all end in a second. And with that, guys, have a phenomenal week. Make sure you tune in. Stay here. 12:15. Second City Sports with Lakina McGee and Sydney Brown. They're gonna take you on a 2-hour tour, and then again tomorrow. Don't forget, like Lucky just said, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. SmokeFellas, the Humidor podcast, Sports and Cigars. They will be on another 2 hours. Man, you might bust aside laughing your ass off. It is just straight. It's real. That's probably the best way I could put it. Just 3 or 4 guys talking sports, real stuff we've been doing since we've been in high school, if not sooner. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be a phenomenal weekend for Sports Zone Chicago, and enjoy it. And guess what, folks? We are out.
Have a good one.
Deuces.